Hi everyone, this is Sandy Reese with StampItCrew.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm trying to get zeroed in so you can get a little closer look as we make our project today. So today, this is pre-recorded because I am in Long Beach, California at the Stampin' Up! On-stage convention, and so but I wanted to get some videos, and today's video is a swap that I did for one of the swaps that I had signed up for. We also did this card in our Stampery event, but we had a limited audience for that, so it's really cute, so I wanted to share that with you. Plus, it's getting to the end of our catalog season. April's the last month of our catalog, and things will be going on the last chance list soon, and it's time to use up our designer series paper. The paper we've been hoarding all year, and today I'm using the Turtley Awesome Suite. I have used this a couple times, but I found that I had a ton of paper left. So this is in the annual catalog. This suite is on page 48. The suite includes a bundle, a stamp set and a die set. We have an embossing folder, super cute, some hexagon shapes, and some ribbon. And then this beautiful designer paper, which I wouldn't say it's beautiful, but it is so cute. So I had a ton of that paper left. We have more samples on the next couple of pages. So I wanted to use up some of my paper. So we're going to use this cute set. Just remember, we have our new online exclusives available right now, and I'll be showing some projects with those before too long. And I think that's all that's new right now. Just a reminder too, our 24, 26 in colors will be retiring soon. So if you need refills or cardstock or anything like that, you want to order those now before they're gone. That would be these colors right here, Pretty in Pink, Peach Pie, Shy Shamrock, Summer Splash, and Petunia Pop. So these are sticking around for another year. But these, if you have the ink pads, make sure to order a refill. If you love coloring, make sure to order an extra set of blends or, cardstock if you need that. So just a quick reminder on that one. Okay, so today we have a fun card. I'm going to show you the finished card. Looks pretty simple on the front, but it's got a little slider pop-out card, which I love. And it just slides right back, slides out, slides back in. His little head gets stuck, so you got to watch his head. So I'm going to show you how to make it super easy. All right, so I had quite a bit of this dark, there's two different patterns of turtle shell. One that is more garden green and one that's more shaded spruce. So I used garden green on my swaps because I didn't have enough of the shaded spruce, but then I used shaded spruce for the class, and I already had these cut. So that's the color card base that I'm going to use, is shaded spruce. I have a piece of white for the inside and a piece of white for the outside. Same size. Those are 4 by 5 1/4. And then I cut a piece of DSP that was 3 3/4 by 5. And then I'm also using the Everyday Arches dies. And this one is just over 3 1/4 by 2 inches. So it's kind of the middle of the pack. And I'll show you how I got this door. And so what I did is put this down, and I didn't cut the bottom. I put the bottom up to the edge of the paper, but not over the edge, so I didn't cut that. So what I did when I put it through my die cutting machine, I laid it like this, and then I put my top plate just to the edge so it did not go onto that metal, and then I ran that through. So it cuts everything that's covered by the plate, but it does not cut the side, and that's what's going to make our little door. All right, and then I cut another door out of the same one. I cut the whole full thing out of the shaded spruce. So to finish the door, this isn't quite finished. I'm going to glue my shaded spruce door to my designer paper door. Oh, if my adhesive's going to come out. I think it's a little bit clogged. Let me get that out. Clean out a little bit. What do I have in here? What do I have that's sharp and doesn't matter if I get glue on it? I have a pin somewhere too. Okay. I think maybe that'll take care of it. I want to make sure. Sometimes that gets a bubble in it and it just keeps on bubbling. All right. So I'm going to glue this right on top of the existing door. All right. So you'll notice on the back that it's just a little bit longer because I didn't cut the edge. And if it's slightly off center, it's okay. Oh. I'm going to cut off flush with the designer paper the bottom of the door, so we don't want that hanging over. Okay, so that's so far so good. I'm also going to cut around, if this didn't get all the way around to the edge, to right about here to where the straight part is. Then I'm going to take a stylus, scoring tool, you can even use your bone folder, and you're just going to crease right there up to the cut line. And that will make it a little bit easier for our door to open. Then fold that back and just kind of crease on it. Okay? So far so good, super easy. All right, let's do our little bit of stamping, and then I'll show you some assembly, and then we'll get going. So we're gonna stamp on the inside, then we have 2 white strips, and I will post measurements on my blog, so don't worry about what the measurements are right now. Using one color of ink, shaded spruce. And on the inside, we're going to stamp, Hope Your Birthday is Totally Awesome. We're just going to put that right in the middle. And then on the front, we're going to stamp Hooray over to the right. And then this is our little mechanism. So it's 4 inches by, I think, 1 inch. And then I've squirted it a 1/2 inch. I'm going to fold that back, and then just to the right of the score line, I'm going to stamp Cue the Confetti. Just like that. This set is perfect for this because it has several sentiments and different sizes of sentiments as well. Okay. So let's do a little bit of assembly. This is the inside. Okay, now we're going to adhere this. Now you're going to need the adhesive foam strips. I had to think for a minute. And when I make a bunch of these, I just cut a piece off that measures the size I need. So I'm going to put these foam strips on either side, close to the edge. And then I put one across the top. I've used all of that. I think I have, whoops, pieces of cardstock flying. Looks like I have a little piece. No, that's kind of attached. I haven't cut these. I won't need this whole thing. Just gonna need a piece that goes along the top. Cut this off. I might use this, we'll see. Might just stick it back in there for now. Okay, so the bottom is not covered at this point. When we go to put our character here, his feet are down there, so we don't want anything that's going to interfere with his feet. All right. Now, you could just glue this right on top of here, I am not, because that kind of blends in a lot and I want that to pop a little bit more. So I'm going to put a layer of white down. And this is going to make my designer paper pop out more. See, that just makes it pop a little bit. All right, so I'm going to adhere the top first. And the goal is to get this, I don't want it too crazy. I want it centered. And then put that top down. And then I'm going to do this side. And then I'm going to do this side. That just makes it a little easier and I don't have to worry about everything sticking and being off center. All right. So the bottom is not popped up. We're going to wait until we get our little mechanism in and then decide if we want to add any back there. So now we have our mechanism and we have it folded a 1/2 inch. So what I'm going to do is put this 1/2 inch even with the edge of the door. So when you lay it down, your words go face down, it's all open, and we're going to glue this flush with the edge of the door. That's got a lot of glue. Hold on. I don't want all that glue there. Let me get a little bit off. Okay. And it could be right about here. I don't want it too low. I don't want it too high. Just kind of door handle height. So that it will, and you want to make sure it's straight. So that's why I like the liquid glue. It gives you a little bit of a moment to make sure that that's straight coming out like that. All right, now we have Cue the Confetti. Now we have, this is the turtle I'm going to use. You can use any of the turtles. This little birthday guy, the chef, is cute. So I cut one out and I'm going to put him right next to that Cue the Confetti. I'm not popping up, just putting a little glue there. And his feet I don't want his feet to show below the DSP, but his hat's got to be below the door. So once you've got him in there, you just pop this under like that and then close it up. Now you can look and see where his feet are right there. So I have a little bit of space there. And I can go ahead and put a little dimension or a little of this strip right here because it won't interfere and that'll just help support the front. I just don't want to interfere with our turtle chef. Isn't that cute? So easy. Now, if you had a bigger animal or something you wanted to pop out or a person, if they're larger, you can just have the head peeking out. And then because these turtles are not huge, the whole thing pops out. And I kind of like that. It just makes it a little trickier when you're putting them back into the door. So if he's just popping out a little bit, it probably wouldn't be that hard. Okay, now let's finish the front. We have our hooray, because it is a little bit bare on the front. So we want to just add a little something to decorate the front of this little turtle house. And I've used a little bit of the ribbon that I've already cut kind of cut in a little diagonal. I got to clean this flag up a hair. All right. What am I looking for? I am looking for some double-sided tape. That's what I'm looking for. I'm just putting a little bit here so I can adhere my ribbon to it. I'm just adhering a little bit. Just want a little bit peeking out. And then we're going to use some dimensionals. Pop this up. All right, then we're going to grab our hexagons. soon as I find where they are. I just had some. This is what I have left on this packet. I do have another packet somewhere. Let's see. I'm going to use these bigger ones. It's a little lighter. Well, let's see. How light is that? I want it to show up. I think I'm going to use that one. And then maybe I'll just add a couple more on here. Why not? And that is it. Isn't that so cute? I love that. If you squeeze this together just a little bit, it will help hold the door closed so it doesn't stay open. But I think this is just a fun little card that is not hard at all. And that's my project for today. I have a couple more scheduled for this week. We'll have one on Saturday and one on Monday. I'll be home by Monday, but I am sure I'll be tired. So I'm going to go ahead and record Monday's video too. All right. That's it, and make sure to click subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos, and I'll see you back here on Saturday. Bye everyone.